All right. Hello, everyone. This is
Oh,
Mad World, the Mad World crew. Thank you for having us at Kapow. My name is Angela Del Rey. I was the assistant director and assistant wardrobe stylist on Mad World. I have with me our gaffer, Matt LaCourte. I have James Luke, our VFX editor, and I have Pavel Fedorov, our director of photography here. And we're going to talk to you today a little bit about how we created the unbroken world in Mad World. Our wardrobe director, Katja, really did a lot of sourcing for this scene in order to tie it all together stylistically. And I would say that one of the most important aspects of that was the sourced Pan Am dress that Grace, our Pan Am attendant, wore. That was handmade by Maria Lareo in Galicia, Spain. She owns Swinging Chicks Shop, which you can find on Etsy as well as Instagram. And she was incredible throughout this whole process, really helping us tie in the style aspect of that scene. Aside from that, we had a really interesting flame editing going on that was really brought together by the three of you. And I'm going to let you guys talk a little bit about how we achieved that. And can we start with Pavel maybe? And can you talk a little bit about how you filmed that in order to let James and Matt, bring it all together for you guys?
Yes, of course. So hello, everyone. I'm Pavel Pederov. I'm a director of photography for Mad World. First of all, I must say that I had a wonderful team to work with together. It was a collaborative process, and we had, in general, lots of fun. The thing was to recreate the moving plane in the air, and that is about to crash. And we had lots of discussions of how to achieve that. We spoke together with James on what are his preferences for camera angles and for lighting effects that he will need in order to help him to implement the VFX seamlessly. Together on set, we were with Matt. I decided to film the whole Mad World with anamorphic lenses. I really love that look, and I felt that it will fit and add value to the project. Most of the shots on the plane I did on the 32 millimeter anamorphic lens. I think it was Orion's. Yep. We filmed with tripods, so James later on could easily add the handheld effect, but also it will be easy for him to do the VFX without any tracking. Matt was helping me all the time to light everything properly, like to add some fire where there's no fire. Anyway, it was a fun process, had knowledge and help from my team.
Matt, do you want to talk a little bit about what kind of lighting equipment you used and how you were able to help achieve the flame look that James edited for us?
for sure. Yeah. When it comes to lighting for VFX, I mean, this project was put together really quickly, and it was, it was an experiment to start with, and we went in. So we didn't have any extensive VFX breakdowns. Basically, I mean, it was a small crew, so I was the only person working on lights there with Pavel. The goal is to know that there's supposed to be a visual effect. There's supposed to be the fire outside this plane window, and it's to add some sort of a real world element at a catch light, or just seeing the flicker, the shadows casting. So when you have that compositing element, that it doesn't completely look terrible. And I'd never worked with James before, so I was just hoping that that when I got the little quasar tube and was flickering it to make sure that her face had the right amount of light and the orange, the fire, that he would make it look good. He did a great job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. James, do you want to talk a little bit about how you kind of finalized everything on your end and really brought the film to life for us?
Yeah. So working with Matt and Pavel was great. They knocked it out of the park. They made my job way, way easier. So I appreciate them. And the flickering light that Matt mentioned was perfect. And whenever you do VFX, you really want to have some sort of practical light to help blend it together with the VFX. It was great. It was perfect. It's just what I needed. And I basically I have a bunch of like stock elements: fire, embers, sparks, dust, smoke, all that. And so I basically composited a ton of layers in After Effects with 3D Planet and 3D Asteroids. And I used a plugin called Element 3D from Video Copilot for that. And then I also used Red Giant Super Comp to basically blend everything much better. It just turned out better than I thought. It was great.
Awesome. So you came to us in kind of a unique way. Do you want to talk a little bit about how we found you?
Right. So they found me from my TikTok page, believe it or not, of all places to find me. And I got contacted via email by Grace and Lori asking me if I wanted to be part of the project. And I asked to know more about it, and they explained. And it sounded great. It sounded fun. I thought it was a great way to meet new people and gain a new experience and learn something new.
So we're actually also going to be showing a tutorial from James.
Let's light a planet on fire. If you're watching this, chances are you want to know how the fire world in the experimental film Mad World was achieved. Well, let's get into it. First off, my name is James Luke, and I was the VFX artist that worked on Mad World, and I'm delighted to share a little bit of my process with you guys today. Now, the raw clip was much less exciting than the final shot. It was literally just Nicole looking at a green screen through a window with a flickering orange light thanks to the genius of Kapow, Pederov, and Matt LaCourt. The first thing I did was punch out the green screen and the window. Just get it out. We're putting something awesome there instead. After the window was cut out, I got to work creating the outside environment. I used Element 3D and Video Realm Media's Fractalrama and Locust packs to create a fiery and broken 3D planet with asteroids and debris inside of After Effects. Next, I threw in some chaotic energy made from particle simulations from Triune Digital's Infinity Effects pack. And finally, I put a 3D plane wing outside the window and matched up the perspective best I could. Now, with all of this together, it looks like crap. So let's change that. I put the footage Pavel and Matt shot back on top of everything. Now I was getting somewhere, but it still needed work. I adjusted the colors and contrast with a curves adjustment layer, threw in some ember particles, some window dust, and some smoke, cause, you know, fire. Threw in a small lens flare just to brighten things up a little bit more, and then a heatwave effect called Heat Distortion from Video Copilot to make everything look nice and toasty. To wrap it all up, I used Red Giant's Super Comp effect from their VFX suite to blend all of my layers together in a clean and aesthetically pleasing way. After a tiny bit of animation on the planet's rotation, it was done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the film and learned something new, and I'll see you later.
Thank you so much for having us, Kapow. It was really a wonderful experience filming Mad World, and we're really happy to be a part of this festival, and we hope to see you all next year.
See ya.
Thank you.
Don't wanna bruise your fragile